What's up, guys? We're Winter Kills, and we're back with a tournament report for Photon, or Dark Matter Photons, I should say. So basically, Friday I took this to my locals and decided to actually play it for the first time competitively. It was a smaller tournament. We didn't have that many people there show up today. We had like 11 people, so it was just not enough to do 4 rounds of Swiss. We ended up doing 3. And I had a lot of tough matchups. But round 1 I played Heroes. That was 2-0. Round 2 I played Necros. I lost 2-1. Round 3 I played Necros again and lost 2-0. And then then top 8, because we only did 4 rounds. Top 8 we played against this deck called Passive Hand. My friend made this deck, and it was really weird, anti-meta, like, do everything to stop anything that you want to do with the graveyard. Like, first turn, Herald of Arclight, play with Mathematician and Glow Bulb, and then he played Non-Aggression Area. And for those of you who don't know what that card is, it's a trap you activate during your standby phase, and your opponent cannot normal summon, set, or special summon, like, during their next turn. So it's actually pretty devastating against a deck like this. And there wasn't much I can do. So, I ended up getting a 1 win, but this deck still has a lot of support to come out. And, hopefully its performance as opposed to now, later, will be much better. So the way we're going to do this tournament report is going to be a little different than a deck profile, so we'll go ahead and get into the actual deck. Alright guys, so here's the entire build, monster spells, traps, and everything. I believe it's 40 cards exactly. So we'll go ahead and talk about the matchups a little more in detail. So round 1 was Heroes. The guy wasn't like too good with the deck, so it was a really easy win, so there's like not much to talk about there. I didn't really run into Dark Law once, however I did run into Koga, but Dark Matter was enough to beat over every time, because Koga did get up to like 3,500, but Dark Matter is at 4,000 obviously, so it didn't really matter. And like I said, he wasn't that experienced with the deck, he kind of newer to the game. He started playing like a month ago maybe, or whatever. So that was an easy win, wouldn't really count it as, you know, a challenge for this deck. But yeah, I mean, if it was a harder hero matchup, I mean, I could point out some cards that were maybe more clutch. You know, just being able to make Dark Matter against that deck was huge, because they lose all their, you know, Shadow Mist targets, or, I mean, they lose all their, you know, hero targets to go into Dark Law. Like, they're forced to banish those targets they're searching with Rhoda and stuff. And it helps them lose a lot, it makes them lose a lot of resources. So, it was definitely an easy matchup. I mean, Dark Law obviously is a problem, but we do have plenty of removal to get rid of cards like that. And, yeah, easy rank 4 access to get over it. So, and then round 2, we'll talk about Necros. Game 1 was kind of a blowout. He did have a Max C and a Valor in his opening hand. I actually had to play against my brother at the tournament. And then Game 2 though, let's talk about Game 2. I opened up triple Dark Matter. And let me tell you what that combo was. So basically, I opened a Mythic Tree and a Mythic Water. Galaxy Zero over here. I did have the Black Dragon as well. Yeah, so we had Galaxy Zero, we had the Black Dragon, and we had the Mythic Tree Water. So with Mythic Tree Water into the first Dark Matter, sent the Wyvern, which I thankfully didn't draw into, or the Red Eyes. Wyvern, Galaxy Eyes, Water Dragon, banish the Red Eyes Darkness Battle, first Dark Matter, banish 3. Second Dark Matter, summon the Black Dragon, banish the Wyvern, grab the Red Eyes, detach, and I was going second thankfully. He didn't have Max Seer Valors, this is the reason why it happened. Detach with the Dark Matter, summon the Red Eyes by banishing the Black Dragon, summon the 107, and then make another Dark Matter. Do the Dark Matter again, send Galaxy Eyes, Tree, and another Water Dragon. And then detach with that Dark Matter. And then Galaxy Zero it back a third time, going to a third Dark Matter, and after that he just scooped. Because there wasn't much he could do at 9 cards down from his deck, and not opening a very good hand either. And then round 3 of Swiss was against Necros again. I didn't really see too many combo pieces like first turn anyways, like both games. Like I opened 2 of these one turn, which is why I'm debating on like keeping the hand instructions in. They might come out because they're really not helpful unless you have a lot of targets in your hand and you're already discarding for Raigeki Break, so they weren't that helpful. I didn't like them that much, especially in that matchup where I just opened 2 of them the first game and no other like good targets. I had to ditch a Galaxy Zero and something else that I didn't want to get rid of, a Thrasher. Good combo piece cards, like you don't want to really ditch those unless you have to. My hands were just so cloggy that game, that match really, and I just really couldn't do anything. And then round 4 in top 8, played passive hand. I just didn't see enough outs to the floodgates that he had. So maybe I might play a Dark Hole and a Book of Eclipse in place of the hand instructions to give this deck a little more bang for its buck, so it can get out of those sticky situations, especially. And if I would have ran into Dark Law, only having these 2 outs and then having to wait a turn on these, because obviously as we know traps are kind of slow, having a extra Dark Hole or Book of Eclipse would have been very, very helpful. So that's the one thing I really wish was different about this entire build. Besides the engine, the engine worked absolutely well. It did everything it was supposed to. I played against my friend afterwards for fun. After the tournament was over, we all kind of stuck around and played for fun a little bit. He was playing his own variant of this deck, really is like more or less Chaos Dragons, I would say. And it was a huge, huge blowout. Like, I was able to make first turn Dark Matter. Those turns, like, he obviously wanted me to go second after winning the dice, or wanted me to go first after winning the dice roll. He won. So he's like, you know what, you go first. It really doesn't matter though. Like, yes, having that extra card can help, but all it takes is to open, 1, 2, or 3 cards, which can seem like a lot, but we're playing like 3 of each. It does tend to happen. Like, the main combo pieces you want to see are your Expedition, your Wizard, and your Zero, or your Black Dragon, or your Cell Light sets up a lot of plays for if you have the Expedition in hand. Mythic Tree and Mythic Water, your Thrasher, Knight, Expedition. Like, there's so many ways to get Dark Matter out. Going first isn't really too much of a problem, and you do have a lot of offensive traps that you can play, just in case your first turn isn't as good. Raigeki Break, ditching the Wyvern that you may have drawn into, and triggering that effect to get rid of the red eyes to deck thin a little bit more. It's all very helpful. So yeah, and that's it really. Ended up going X3, guys. But hopefully that new support, though, when it comes out, will help change that. Who knows? We'll see. See the bottom row a little more. Oh, lost a card. Yeah, the Cell Light was definitely an awesome card to have. Like, it just sets up your plays when you don't have that one card you need. Like, it's your 4th and 5th Galaxy Wizard. It sets up a lot of plays. And late game, obviously, a Cell Light for a Wizard, Tributed Off for a 0, Revival 107, like instant Dark Matter. It really, really helps. And like I said, more firepower, cutting the hand destructions. I don't really like those that much. They're not as good as I thought they would be. And yeah, Wyvern at 1, definitely clutch. I did pick up Gold Star though, because I did want to try that. Picked up one off my friend at the tournament, so we'll see how that works. Maybe that'll mean a future build. Who knows? Right now we're gonna hop into the extra deck. Alright guys, so this was my extra deck of choice for that tournament. Obviously, main card of the deck we went into was number 95, Dark Matter Dragon. Obviously for your huge rank A play, there was no real need to have to go into the Felgrand, but it's a card you do not want to get rid of, I realize. Because especially, I did actually make it first turn against Necros game 1, round 2. The round where I played against my brother, and I ended up getting that triple Dark Matter play. I can't get over that. I did actually make a Felgrand first turn and sit on it, but he ended up summoning the Valk and beat over it, so there really was nothing I could do there. And I didn't want to run into a Valor or something, because I knew he had it, because he did max see me. And I didn't want to go into the Dark Matter, so like, it would have been really downhill from there. Honor Arc was huge, definitely like that. But Unicorn, like, I can't, round 3, he had a Unicorn board, and I wanted to make a rank 4 play, and it was bad. I went into Dark Exceeds Rebellion Dragon, and I kind of goofed a little. I goofed. I wanted to use this effect, and then I was like, this effect. Oh no! He had decisive armor on board. Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't get over the decisive armor because he had a unicorn. So, I mean, what I should have done is made a Dark Xyz Rebellion, or Dark Rebellion Xyz or whatever, attacked over the unicorn, and then main phase 2 effect, target the decisive armor and sit on it. But like, it was already, you know, game over because I was just gonna get Trish next turn anyways. So like I said, like having the what's it called? I can't think of it. Having that unicorn on board really hurt. And I do think I'm gonna throw a crazy box in here because if it's a skill drain for the extra deck, having that be able to go into that play, it's perfect. Like and it's a good rank 4 play. I do have a crazy box. I probably will cut Diamond Dire because I feel like it's the least practical in here right now. So probably a crazy box will come in for this. Yeah, but anything else, like nothing I really else went into besides Dark Matter and these 3 here. But a crazy box would have been huge. I would have loved to have a crazy box. So, especially in a moment like that when you have that skill drain type deal up, it's kind of helpful. So we'll go ahead and get into the side deck. Alright guys, so here was the side deck. I kind of threw it together like last minute because I wasn't like sure if I was going to play this or not. But my friend needed to borrow Brian because he only had 1, so I let him borrow mine, so I wasn't going to play Necro, so I decided, you know what, finally I'll get a chance to play this. So threw together the side deck. Obviously wanted to put triple Maxi, triple Effect Veiler in the side deck for Necros, BA, or whatever. Didn't end up playing any of them. But his Effect Veiler, the Maxi, was very, very helpful in the Necros matchup, especially Shared Ride. It was huge. It actually gave me a fighting chance. But I didn't want to main deck them just because you can't like have that interfere with your engine because it's so fragile. You want it to be as efficient as possible. Triple MST was a must in the side, and so was Royal Decree. I ended up siding against the passive hand deck, but didn't end up seeing it in time. And obviously Mind Crush was huge. So probably wanted to main that actually, if anything. Maining Mind Crush or Royal Decree in the deck would have been very helpful. So again, that could be another change we might see in the next deck profile we do for Dark Matter Photons. So yeah, and possibly maybe Maxi Runner, but I don't know. Like I said, it takes up too much of your engine space, and you don't really have that much room. So yeah, we do have a couple slots though in the main deck. The hand destructions I might take out, and I might cut the Raigeki breaks. Just 'cause I didn't really like the discard traps. It's just too slow. I'd rather be playing something like Royal Decree, Mind Crush, or you know, even MST or whatever, so you don't need some floodgates. So yeah, guys, that's been it for this tournament report. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to show your support. It's always appreciated here. Those guys, thank you so much for watching, and we always see you next time.